investing is not about making money. Investing is about, reaching, achieving objectives, fulfilling dreams. At the tail end of it, money by itself is not the tool. It's not the end in mind. It's the life that you'd want to live, not just for yourself, but for your loved ones. I think that's a very important, you know, um, perspective in pushing forth the discipline that we're going to have in our investing. The penny stocks become long-term positions for people because they got stuck with it, right? But you see, if they are into trading portfolios, then it will be very easy for you to just sell it off and, maybe swallow your loss because you can play another game. It's trading, right? So you don't mix these two together.
We talked about Philippine stocks, US stocks, and the crypto market. I'm so interested about this. We talked about Gcash earlier, and when people go through Gcash, there's a portion there that people don't look at as much, G-Insure. And what's so interesting about that also is inside G-Insure, there are insurances inside it. Sing Life is there. I'm so curious that given that, okay, you have savings in Bitcoin, you have other investments also, is it still relevant for people right now to still hedge and go into the digital insurance game as well?
I have to disclose though, Marvin, I am the chairman of Sing Life. I probably will be partially responsible for bringing that company in. You see, again, we're dealing with millennials like my kids, right? These are guys who won't be talking to agents. These are guys who won't probably be talking to financial advisors. First of all, they have small money for insurance. Even a financial advisor might not take the time for them because they're peanuts for them, right? But they have to have a secure base of their investments. So they have to start security and safety products, which are in, G-Insure. Because for like as low as $400, you will have, the medical coverage against dengue and against COVID. Can you imagine how many people are wiped out today because they got sick with COVID? We all see 20,000 infections, 15,000 infections, hospitals are full. Do those guys have money? Do those guys have money to spend for their hospitalization? For 400 pesos a year, you can have coverage against COVID and dengue. At the very least, to cushion the hit of that contingency. Now, on top of it, lalo na the very young guys there who have new families, newly married, 1 kid, 2 kids, maybe we're not ready for the big time in terms of getting all of these insurances. But your family is dependent on your income. If something happens to you, which is essentially what happens to many people during this pandemic, who's gonna take care of that family? So in G-Insure, probably they're not gonna say, oh, this is the, full-blown financial plan. No, that's the job of the financial advisor, the full-blown financial plan. But what G-Insure will give you is this: 3 years of your income. 3 years of your income. If you get disabled, your income for 3 years will be paid to you. It's almost like you're still working. If you go, knock on wood, you die, then 3 years of your income goes to your family for their adjustment. So at the very least, maybe this is not much, but it's very cheap and it gives them a leash on life. I mean, 3 years of adjustment, and then probably after 3 years, they're going to be better off. It's not gonna jolt them. Contingencies are not gonna jolt them. So again, maybe Marvin, one of the reasons, and I shared this with Randall as well, one of the reasons why I'm so much of a risk taker, reasons why I can also do these things about new investments and all that, is because my security side is taken care of. Anything happens as a contingency, my stability or the stability of my family is not a matter of if. It's already answered. We're going to be stable. It's a matter of when. If anything happens, when? What will happen? So I'd like the young guys, as you invest in, Bitcoin, as you invest in all of these investments, take care of your security, take care of your, safety side of your investment portfolio. Because we're not talking about big money. We're talking about being responsible for your family. And I'm not even talking about really, really young guys, because you can avail of this up to age 54. It's up to age 54. So check it out. Gcash, G-Insure, go to those products. COVID dengue and cash for income loss.
To everyone watching, I'll try to put something here on how you can be directed to that. But it's very interesting, because I like what you said. It's affordable for a lot of people also who want to at least get their feet wet to actually see how this actually works. It's a good way for you already to enter in it with not having a large amount of exposure. But I want to ask this, because we've talked a lot about investments, and how should people, especially those that don't have any investments yet, don't have any savings yet, how should people prioritize it? Unahin ko ba muna yung Philippine stocks, or mag-insurance muna ako? What would be your advice for people, maybe mid-20s, early 30s, that are just they're watching this video now and they're thinking, ang dami naman nilang pinag-usapan, crypto, US stocks, insurance, Philippine stocks. What should be the allocation for people starting, and how should they actually do it?
Marvin, in the Ramper Financials channel, we always share this wise wealth accumulation pyramid. We say it's a pyramid because a pyramid is always stable, right? You cannot topple it just like that because of a very good base. And it always starts with security products. Then you move up to maybe emergency funds. And then after that, growth. And then after that, your real long-term investments, and then speculative. So it's your degree of comfort. If you don't have responsibilities, then maybe you feel for your security and your emergency funds, you can still rely on your parents. Fine. You can go straight ahead to what you want to invest in. But when you begin to have responsibility, you cannot actually, it's criminal to start investing without making sure that your family is going to be okay. Because you need time to grow investments. You don't need time for payoffs against contingencies for security products like insurance. So to each his own use. That's the reason why all of us will have to have these products in combination at the right time for us. So you really have to look at this, and again, different folks, different strokes. Whatever works for you probably will not work for somebody else, but think of it. What are your responsibilities? How you're going to be managing this? Because there is no point earning a lot of money and then losing sight of your real life priorities. We have to think about our loved ones. We have to think about the very people that are reasons for why we do what we do. And that's why that's always the basis for me. Moving forward, we tell a lot of people, I mean, again, investing is not about making money. Investing is about, achieving objectives, fulfilling dreams. At the tail end of it, money by itself is not the tool. It's not the end in mind. It's the life that you'd want to live. Not just for yourself, but for your loved ones. I think that's a very important, perspective in pushing forth the discipline that we're going to have in our investing.
Very, very well said. No, and to everyone watching also, I want to share this, that Bitcoin, US stocks are very shiny right now, but sometimes it's the boring things that we take for granted that's very, very important to our financial health. And I'm a firm believer of life insurance, and I may talk a lot about stocks and crypto, but one of my first investments, 2006, 2007, life insurance din yun. I got VULs, and I'm a pretty much I'm a believer in it, that it should be part also of your portfolio. But what's so interesting about what I see about what Gcash is doing, similar to what they're doing to G-Invest also, is it's now accessible to everyone, that you can do it from the comforts of your home at a very, very cheap price. So I think this is something that's very revolutionary, that people are not, that I guess people don't know as much, but it's something that's very, very important. So
and Marvin, very important that it's also the enabling. It's also the enabling. If you remember, like right now, why is it so cheap? Because it's all digital. You don't talk to anyone. You are on that platform. You execute it yourself. They'll send you your policy digitally as well. There is no paper. You're very friendly to your environment. That's why, it becomes, a cost-effective way of executing on it. You see, in the early 2000s, when you did your insurance, you didn't have that option. It's almost like, parehong-pareho, di ba? It's like a starter pack, right? It's a starter pack that people can start with. And then if your needs are now complex, if your needs are now, probably a little more, let's just say, deeper. You have a lot of deeper needs, deeper relationships also to contend with. Then you need a financial advisor for that. They will actually tell you repercussions about certain decisions, about types of coverages. But if you're looking for something simple, if you're looking for that starter kit that will let you off with a responsibility, then G-Insure would probably be one of your best options.
It's a very good combination for everyone. No? They have G-Save, then they have G-Invest, then you also have an insurance component attached to it. So why not parang try to get the whole spectrum also? Kesa mapunta lang sa, ang bilis mag-milk tea pag Gcash yung gamit. It's so easy to be tempted. So why not also a lot milk tea-like allocations also for you to also protect your future as well?
And Marvin, this company, Singapore Life, is the fastest growing life insurance company in Singapore. I mean, it's that digital wave that's carrying it. In fact, its endorser there is this guy from Rich Crazy Asians. So, they're also invading the common turf of the traditional companies.
To everyone, if you think you need Bitcoin as part of your portfolio, study it. If you need Philippine US stocks, study it. But you also need insurance, especially if you have people that are depending on you as well. So what I'll do, I'll put the links in the description below for Singapore Life. We'll try to show graphics on how you can enter it via Gcash as well. Rex Mendoza, thank you so much for joining us. Any final words for people? We are now in the last quarter of 2021, and when we did the video late last year, parang we were so optimistic at the start for the start of 2021, but we're here right now 19 months into lockdown. Parang ako feeling ko parang wala nangyari, and I'm sure there are a lot of people that may have felt that way, and there are a bigger chunk also that their finances are hit. Any words for them?
No matter what's out there, no matter what the environment is, let's always remember we have the capacity and capability to respond. At the tail end of it, it's always, for me, a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's the perspective that you take out of it. Maybe it's a pandemic and it has wreaked havoc in portfolios, it has depressed a lot of people. But remember, there are people who did well. There are people who actually thrived during this pandemic. So it's a matter of choice, a matter of decision, and maybe a matter of perspective. So I guess I'd want to share that with all of you, and then probably say that we're all empowered, we're all blessed with a kind of talent and capability to overcome difficulties and suffering. I mean, we are not going to be delusional. Let's not welcome the tragedy. No, it's not like that. But resilience will only surface once these things happen. Your resilience can never be proven without pain, suffering, and difficulty. So react to it with the right perspective. And again, Marvin, I know that this is going to be a shameless plug, but I'd like to invite people to go to our channel, Ramper Financials, because there are stuff there that maybe these things can help you, your children, your friends. You can share these videos with others. And again, much like Marvin, what Marvin is doing, we try to help people. And it's all free. Sana naman, medyo let's watch the things that will make us grow, that will make us better. Not just entertainment. Kasi, at the tail end of it, I ask people, if you get to ask yourself this question at the tail end of the pandemic, am I going to be a better person today than before the pandemic happened? You have to ask yourself that. Am I a better person today than the person who entered this pandemic? If you didn't answer yes, then maybe you have to do a lot more things moving forward. With that, Marvin, I guess that's my message. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you so much for this exposure to your avid followers and friends. And it's always my honor, pare, to be part of your channel, idol, rock star, blessings always, my friend.
No, no, no. It's the other way around. It's an honor to have you. And guys, he mentioned about their channel, so please watch, please support. I'll say this: you'll get far more there than what you could ever get here. I'll also put the link below for their company website as well if you want to enter other investments that we did not talk about here. Because ang dami pa, you can go the mutual fund route, which we did not talk about in this video. They have a lot of people who will help you. Just click the link in the description below. So, yun, I hope you guys got a lot on. I hope this is something that's very insightful for all of you because this is what I've seen. The markets just keep getting more exciting as we see things unravel, even in the midst of this pandemic. So, thank you so much, Rex Mendoza, and to everyone. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, and God bless you all.